What's going on, everybody? Dr. Mavericks Gamer Guys back yet again and into another Rocket League crate opening video. You guys know how we're doing it. We're actually jumping in today and we're going to hit old school again. We're going to hit some velocities. We're probably going to do velocities and accelerators each one more time before we jump into the double painted weekend. So there's probably honestly not going to be a whole ton of crate openings coming out. Really just getting prepped for, you know, again, the big weekend that we have coming up. And then we'll have plenty of content here coming soon. Tuesday is going to be the update, February 19th. So really looking forward to that with the Friends update. And obviously still kind of holding out hope, crossing our fingers that we might get a new crate. Although it's looking slim at this point. I think if we were gonna, we would probably have already heard about it by now. So without further ado, and as always, we're going to jump into it. You guys know what we're hoping for. Honestly, through this, we're just really hoping for Dueling Dragons, but we'll see what we get. We got some pretty cool stuff this last time. Obviously, anodize are always good. Picking up some painted slimlines are cool. And we did get the Striker Purple Hikaris this past time. So let's jump in. We're going to do 70 of these. We're basically going to burn through our stockpile of them. We're starting off with an import. Can it be good? Be a regular imp, and yeah, so it's pretty interesting, and we'll just see how this crate opening goes. I've got these were a lot of fun. I'm really excited to do accelerators again, and like I said, I wanted to do these because there's not a whole lot inside of them that, you know, the double painted chance I'm, you know, not super concerned about. Obviously, if we get an exotic or something like that, we obviously want the opportunity for it to be painted. There's another import, regular heroes. We'll probably save the trade-ups, honestly. Will be the only thing that we do. Wow, the imports. Import after import. That's a painted Fractal Fire. Orange, maybe? Or Burnt Sienna? Hard to say. I'm not up to date on the Fractal Fires. But yeah, so we've got a ton of awesome stuff. Hopefully you guys have taken a look and seen all the news coming out for the update. Obviously, we did the update video, so if you're not up to date, you can go take a look at that, check that out. We've got a lot of really cool stuff coming. So the friends list update, I'm honestly really excited for, and it's really going to open the possibilities for what we want to do on the channel in terms of community play, tournaments, and those kinds of things. So that's going to be really fun. I'm excited for that. And then beyond that, I just think there's a lot of small quality of life improvement stuff that we're picking up, you know, between showing the weekly wins at the end of the game, and when you get your experience, I think is really nice, especially if you can't play all the time. Gives you a good indicator of what you have out there as far as experience, especially if you maybe just grind on the weekends or something like that. So that's pretty neat. And then you know, obviously any bug fixes or anything else that we can get to get addressed during the update is always really important. Unfortunately, the past couple of updates, this game has a history of breaking something while fixing it at the same time, so hopefully we can dodge that this time around, and we'll just see. But I am really excited. And then obviously probably the hypest part for me and for Sloth with the update announcement is the fact that we lost that event, which again kind of stinks. It would have been interesting to see what it was. You know, I honestly thought it might have been a Valentine's Day event, which just isn't, in my opinion, isn't a big enough holiday. But you never know, they could have did a weekend event or something like that. The imports are just insane, and that's a painted Fractal Fire. Wow. I would have been interested to see that, but honestly, they can cancel as many events as they want as long as they're compensating us with a double painted, double experience weekend. I mean, I cannot honestly tell you how excited I am for the first weekend of March. We're just going to have so much stuff. I've already stocked up. You guys know I've been sitting on PCCs forever. I've got some other really cool ideas in the works for things that we want to do. And we've already got some talking through how we're going to set up some series as well, just to keep the content going for a good portion of time after the weekend is over. Obviously, we're going to try to get something up, you know, as soon as the weekend kicks off, keep the weekend just hopping with videos. And then, you know, again, set ourselves up so that we can get you guys, you know, a good bevy of crate openings and just other stuff. Like I said, we've got a lot of other stuff planned, trade ups and some other just neat things. So stay tuned to the channel. It's honestly though, I mean, that was the best note for me on the entire update, just because we've been waiting for one, and they really do not come around often. They really do not, and it's cool that Psyonix keeps them. I know I've talked about this before, but it's cool that Psyonix keeps them, you know, special, because if they did them every other weekend, you wouldn't feel special. You know, they wouldn't feel like an interesting event. It wouldn't be something to get hyped, as hyped as I am for it, you know, if they came so often. Now, obviously, I would enjoy it because we open a ton of crates, and I know a lot of other people would enjoy it, just because it would give them some other opportunities to do the same thing. But at the same time, oh, paint these. Regular equalizers. Not a bad wheel. Yeah, it's just really cool. Like I said, I'm stoked for that. Stoked to see what the friends list and all that kind of stuff brings, and then really honestly stoked to see how the game shifts as we move forward with that friends update, and we really truly get, you know, cross-platform parties, cross-platform friend play, and just see what it does, because you know, the amount of people in the game at any one time is always an important factor that you got to take a look at, especially if you're trying to play one of the you know, one of the more, you know, less popular game modes. For instance, you know, you're trying to get your rumble, your drop shot on, you're trying to maybe play some snow day. I think the friends list update and cross-platform is going to be a big boost to those playlists, just for the sole fact that finally people, you know, buddies on Xbox and PS4 and people on Steam and Xbox can all play. This is a Cobalt one. I think that's pretty cool. So I hope there's going to be a positive turn for that. And this game, you know, again, it's interesting, but we are definitely, you know, competitive season 9 ending, competitive season 10 kicking off is always a fun time for everybody to jump back into the competitive play. I know it definitely revitalizes me, revitalizes a lot of my friends, just because even if you felt like you were stuck a little bit, you didn't have a chance to kind of grind, a good reset is a good way to get people back engaged into those communities and those playlists. So I think that's a really important thing to think about, and a really important thing to kind of take into consideration when we're talking about what all this update can bring with it. Now, the other cool thing that's going on and that's happening is we're getting a lot of hype, and we're getting a lot of things ready for RLCS. And we've got DreamHack going on right now, which has drops. I plan to probably talk about that a little bit in a separate video about what stream drops are. Probably do a Trading 101 actually, do another iteration of that series, just to kind of talk through that stuff. And there's been some other dynamic shifts in the market that I think are important to cover, so we'll probably jump into another one of those. There's painted green Yuzos, beautiful. And yeah, so it's just really excited. I actually had an opportunity to watch a little bit of DreamHack today. I think it's going on through the weekend, and they've just been doing a really good job of promoting and getting some more of that pro, you know, that pro scene out there. I think that's really smart, and it's only going to help this game continue to progress. And you know, we got to think about this game as a business too. When you have a pro scene that does really well, gets a lot of viewership, gets sponsors, you know, generates ad revenue, when they do that, that makes it so that, you know, the company itself can grow, and when the company grows, you know, hopefully, and this isn't always true, but hopefully the game grows. And so, you know, I think again this cross-platform update that we're going to get with the parties is a huge step forward, just like cross-platform play was. You know, I really don't want to shine over the fact that that was a huge monument for this game to be able to do that. And I can't even imagine, I honestly cannot even imagine the time and effort and just all the hours and everything that went into making that happen. Being, I think, I'm pretty sure I'm accurate when I'm saying this, being the second game ever to be able to be graced with that. So it's just huge. And honestly, the more that it happens, the more that it opens the door. And that's, you know, positive for any other game coming out in the future. So I'm really excited. I'm excited what we got going on. I'm excited where the game is going. I'm excited to see how we close out with the spring roadmap. And I am really excited too You know, we talked about canceling the event. I'm excited to see what they have in the plans and in the works for the future. And the neat part about that is when you're taking resources away from one, that means the next one must be a pretty big event and must have some pretty cool stuff behind it and must be taking a lot of energy and effort. And that's always a good sign. That means it's hopefully going to be really high quality and hopefully going to have some neat stuff aligned with it. Maybe a little bit something different with the events than we've seen before. You know, that's just my thought process. I could be completely wrong. But it is always cool to see some innovation, and like I said, it sucks that we lose out on one, but hopefully if it makes the next one better, that will be definitely worth the wait. And again, we get a nice little double painted weekend to celebrate and to open as many crates as we humanly possibly can in that period of time, which is exactly what we're going to do. So this opening here has been, I'm going to say it's been meh. We got a couple painted imports. We got a Cobalt Imp, which is pretty cool. A couple painted Fractal Fires, which is really nice. We're going to get something here. Nope. Ooh, painted Crimson Hero Wheels. We did get them. They surprised me because there's no paint on them at all. Barely. Those are actually pretty dope. Nothing super crazy. Some pretty decent stuff along the midline. Have only seen one exotic, which is interesting. And I don't know. We'll see. We've only got a couple crates left here. See if we can stumble ourselves maybe into a black market. I don't know. Not sure I'm feeling it. I think we're just trying to save up all the luck for a couple of weeks from now when we really just go nuts, which I'd be totally fine with. Be totally fine with that game. We've got a lot of imports though, like a ton of imports, and we will definitely, like I said, been saving them up. Anything else that we crack open from here to there, which is from here now to the double painted weekend, we will be saving just so we can do just the most massive of trade ups. The imports are nuts. There's a regular Fractal Fire. I actually really like the regular one. The regular one is nice. I like the blue on it. It's pretty cool. Honestly, really not a bad crate. Really not. When you really kind of take stock, there's some cool stuff in it. The import car again, it could be a little bit better. Not a super huge fan of that. Beyond that though, pretty good. We'll probably boil it down to about 2 crates or so. That'll give us a little bit over 70. We got a lot of slimlines, which is neat. Got quite a few painted slimlines, which is actually really cool. There's another import. Jeez. There's some regular hero wheels. You know what? We'll crack it down to 1. Let's see what we got. See what we can do. Alright, we can't end on that. We can't end on it. We can't end on a painted Animus Oddfish, so we'll just open all of them. So you get a 75 crate opening today. Let's see how we end up doing. Well, it really wanted us to end on a Rarity Gale, which is alright. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, really just trying to get pumped up, get excited for what we got coming up here in the near future. And again, just stay tuned to the channel. I didn't put this plug in at the beginning, but if you're here and you're watching, stay tuned. We've got the update news that'll be coming out here in a couple days. We'll be covering all that. We'll be jumping in, taking a look, and then the series, we got some series that we're going to get kicked off here, you know, real fresh to start. Road to Ranked, we'll kick that back off, do our placement matches. So it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a lot of fun here. So let's take some stock real quick, hit the highlights. These Crimson Heroes are actually pretty neat. We got a Lime Slimline, pretty solid. A couple anodized is always good. That's about a key right there. We got a black Slimline, so we doubled up on that. I did not even see that. That's beautiful. We got 2 more Sweeper Zigzags, which is great because I like Sweeper on those. We got 4 Screen Uzos, awesome. Cobalt Imp. We got a Crimson Slimline, so we did really well in the Slimlines. Tactician Heroes, pretty cool. We did get the Equalizer Wheels. And let's see, we got a pink Fractal Fire, very nice. We did get a Titanium White Endo Mummified. Nobody probably want that, but we did get it. And we did get an orange Fractal Fire. And a Goalkeeper Slimline. So again, nothing super crazy. Nothing, you know, not terrible, not great. Let's trade in a couple of these. We could trade a couple of these in, right? Get regular Uzo wheels. It's really interesting and sometimes deceiving with the Uzo wheels that that when you get them in the thumb, it looks like it's going to be painted white, and they are not. They are definitely not. So without taking up too much time here. Ooh, somebody might want that. Who? I don't know, but somebody may. We can at least try to trade through the rares, maybe. I mean, nobody wants this or these. Careful not to trade up. The black slimline, which is awesome. Okay, I honestly totally didn't even see that. We don't care that we got this. We don't care that we got these or this. And that's good. Yep, that's good. So we did a couple. See, don't those look white? They look white. We'll do one import trade up just because we're feeling frosty. Regular hero wheels. So we're going to hang on to those. We are going to hang on to them. Actually, you know what? We can do one more. Ooh, Fractal Fire. All right, so that'll wrap us up for today. A couple of quick trade-ins, a quick velocity opening, and again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned to the channel. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how hyped you are, not only for the Friends update, but what we got coming at the beginning of March, and just a crazy double painted weekend that we're gonna have. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So stay tuned. I've been Doc from Average Game Guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.